Hello everybody. Today is November, 17th, 2023. Today, or at least in this video today, I would like to discuss AI. Because if you've been watching any of the news around the world, any of the technological concerns, AI keeps getting brought up. AI, which is referred to, is the acronym for artificial intelligence. Now, if you will, for 1 second, stop and think about AI. Now, I feel AI, instead of standing for artificial intelligence, should, in all actuality, be referring to accumulative intelligence. Because if you think about it, every single thing in AI started by somebody programming their level of intelligence into the computer, and then you had more people adding and more and more and more and more. Now all of a sudden you have thousands of people adding more and more intelligence into the computer, if you will. Now that intelligence can start feeding off itself, but it is still limited by the level of intelligence from the person that's programming. If you think about it, the level of intelligence being limited by each ceiling from each person that's programming it. Now, sure, it can end up becoming smarter and quicker at solving problems than humans can. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, because think of how quickly a calculator can do mathematics, for example. But one thing it can't do is it can never think higher than the cumulative intelligence. And why is that important? Well, the reason why that's important is it can never think higher than a fully conscious human. How is that possible? Well, because a fully conscious human is tapped into more than just what we refer to as the 20% of the brain, or even if you're, Einstein, the level of the brain that he's using. A fully conscious human being not only has access to his, what we refer to as, the 20% of the brain, but he also has access to what the illusion refers to as the subconscious. And I know that there's no way in this world a fully conscious human would partake in programming artificial or cumulative intelligence for any purpose other than peace, period. Because someone who has full consciousness understands that all things are positive, all things are good, everything is exactly how it's meant to be. And you also will realize it as you continue to gain your intelligence. Now, sure, the accumulative intelligence could end up coming back and having negative consequences, especially if we end up taking it to the level that accumulative intelligence is tapping into our biological self. There's speculation that that's already taking place. You can say conspiracy theories or whatever through the vaccine, the synthetic vaccine. There's people that believe that actually that has already started the link between AI and the human body. Okay. So now let's take it. If we have AI, we have it connected to the human body, then it potentially could gain the biological intelligence as well as the, intelligence of the brain, but it still cannot gain the intelligence of the soul. And the only way you truly gain the full intelligence of the soul is becoming fully conscious, becoming one with your God, purging all the negative, purging all the fears within your brain, and start living reality on reality's terms. Now, each time I get ready to do a video, I always try to use what general society views as negative and find the positive. For example, today, right before I decided to do this video, I picked up my cell phone and I just asked into it, because I'm lazy to type it in, and plus I don't care about spelling. So it's a lot easier to just use voice text. And I just asked November 17th, 2023 in the Bible. That's all I do. Now, it's not because I have limited myself to strictly the Bibles. No, it's because I do know there's a tremendous amount of truths within the Bible, and also there's a tremendous amount of people in the world that have based their truths off of the Bibles. So all I did was I asked my phone, November 17th, 2023, and it came up with, let's see, it was Luke 17, 26 through 37. But do yourself a favor, whether you're religious or not, or whether you want to even laugh at religion and think, oh, this is such crazy nonsense. I didn't know what it was going to say. I didn't have any way of predicting what it was going to. That could be debated. But I pulled up Luke 17 and just started reading at 1. And I will tell you that 1 in that part of the Bible, the first sentence, if you will, says, naturally stupid are those who are unaware of God. Now think of the positive. How could that, in a positive way, be tying to what the subject of this video is? Because only your fears and only the stupidity of, in essence, non-conscious people will have negative effects due to AI. If you really think deeper into what I just said, a fully conscious person has become one with their Creator. That is the only true reality. Therefore, if a fully conscious person does not get involved in AI, which no fully conscious person would, unless it's for peace, then AI is still incredibly limited. It's just my truths, just what I know in my whole entire being. I've never been involved in any type of programming. Yes, I have an engineering background, but not in computer engineering. This is just my truths, and this is what I woke up in the middle of the night that was so perfectly clear, is that AI will do what it's meant to do. All things are exactly how they're meant to be. And the only ones that it will affect in a negative way are those who are not fully conscious. We all have one choice. Look at the choice. As simple as, do you choose to be fully conscious, fully aware of your existence, or do you choose to hide behind your comforts and your fears? That's your choice. Whichever you choose, hey, I respect that. As I started gaining my consciousness in the very beginning, back in February, for the first 3 months, multiple times per day, I kept asking myself, oh my gosh, is this really something I want? do I truly want to know all truths? Because the more you become conscious, the more you can begin to feel alone. You can feel as if you're almost floating in space by yourself. And if you feel fear from that, that's understandable. But I assure you, if you only look for the positive, and if you only love yourself and everybody else, then all things are positive. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good day.